Night, they made their bed. They allowed anti-Semitism to run rampant on their campus.
The fact that the terrorist who murdered those two people chanted not just Free Palestine, but the exact same way you hear it on college campuses, Free Palestine, that is a college campus chant.
What's good, y'all? Saint Valoy, back at it again with another pre-record. You see the thumbnail, you know exactly where we at. We're at CNN, again over at the Abby Phillips show, and my number one question right now is, what does CNN consider to be anti-Semitic? Now, with the cast of all woke anchors and woke panelists that they invite, it's crazy to me how they see a group of innocent people being harassed and attacked, and they just kind of turn a blind eye towards the whole situation. Now, in this video, we had a wild debate break out last night, and thank God there was at least two people who were just not with all the craziness. Now, it's also kind of crazy that my people were kind of being a little more dismissive of the whole situation, but that's neither here or there. We're going to leave that somewhere else for another day. I'm going to wrap this preamble over here because honestly speaking, the video speaks for itself. Do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe. You know the vibes. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Night, they made their bed. They allowed anti-Semitism to run rampant on their campus. And it dates back to before the op-ed. It dates back to that viral moment where Congresswoman Elise Stefanik called out Harvard and the president couldn't answer a simple question and ended up losing her job over it. And this has been going on the campus for a very long time. Harvard, in fact, put out a study. They had a task force to study this that came out last month. And in the study, which CNN reported on, it said that Jewish students felt a need to hide their identity and reported being bullied and excluded on campus. They have every right to feel safe on campus when they're getting that education.
I totally agree. Doesn't that
moves against universities are about in part, but I also think, there are protests and then there is anti-Semitism. And I do think it's fair to say that those two things do not have to be and should not be the same thing.
But here's something we could actually debate. The fact that the terrorist who murdered those two people chanted not just Free Palestine, but the exact same way you hear it on college campuses, Free Palestine, that is a college campus chant. This is something we have to talk about.
So you think everybody who says Free Palestine wants to murder somebody?
Of course I don't think that.
Okay.
But my question is the expectation that Jewish students should have to go to college campuses and listen to people singing the song that the terrorist sang to justify his terrorist act? Is that something we're comfortable saying? I think the answer is obviously no. On Kristi Noem, specifically on this thing, she was very clear about what she had asked Harvard for that launched this. She asked them repeatedly to give her office information that they had of foreign students committing crimes or criminal acts, and they refused to do that. That is what launches. I just want to make one more very quick point.
Yeah,
the fact that 25%, 27% of college students at our elite university are foreign students. This is utterly unacceptable. There are hundreds of thousands of brilliant children being left on the table, children of color, children from inner cities, children from Appalachia, who deserve those spots and deserve that education. Why are we giving it to Chinese people? I don't understand this at all.
Hold on a